These drivers get ready to take on Dover as Ohio Sim Racing's truck division, brought to you by Mosquito Ranger, completes 75 laps at the Monster Mile. Hello everybody, I'm Sean Fitz alongside producer John Long, bringing you Monday night action here at Dover on the SRN. We appreciate you for tuning in tonight. Qualifying gotten wrapped up just a few moments ago. Let's take a look at tonight's starting grid. Matthew Beamish coming out quick tonight in qualifying on the pole. Anthony Luddy starting second. Christopher Hockley, JJ Jensen starting fourth. Jason Harrison fifth. Casey Hay sixth. Steve Schoaf, Wesley Gillen rounding out the top 8. TJ Wood and Cullen Farley gonna make up the top 10. George Smoller, Cody Jayberg, Michael Buckley, Patrick Mick Viker, Gary Williams, Clayton Paisley, Brandon Thomas, Gregory Valet, Jim Golden, Christopher Curick rounding out the top 20. As we get ready to go green flag here, we're going to bring producer John Long in tonight. John, I know a lot of drivers out there tonight to choose from, and who's going to be fast. Who's your pick tonight?
I'm going to pick Cody Jayberg.
Yeah, Cody was quick here in qualifier, quick here in practice. He'll be a point of contention tonight. And my pick, Jason Harrison, faster in warm-ups. Let's see if he turns on the heat here tonight as the pace car is going to duck down pit road.
Green flag.
And there you have it. The green flag is out for the Ohio Sim Racing.com 75 here at Dover. Lap 1 is complete. Beamish able to hang on the outside while Christopher Hockley dominates through 4 on the bottom. And they're going to complete lap 1. JJ Jensen. He's on the bottom of 1 and 2. They're riding around in third. This field mostly getting single filed out here in the early stages. Again, these drivers with OSR trucks continue to put together strong races week in and week out. 30 truck field here tonight to take on the old monster here at Dover. One of my favorite tracks. And these drivers work to complete lap 3. That's a little bit of a fight there. That's Casey Hay on the outside. George Smoller in the move here as well. Not going to get up there. That's Patrick Vicker in front of Casey Hay. That's for the 9th spot. John's pick, Cody Jayberg, and that 22 machine is up to the 18th. As you see Casey Hay using the bottom there, trying to rotate through 1 and 2. Not going to quite get to the bumper here. Brandon Thomas there in that 21 machine tonight. Working his way around George Smoller. Casey Hay still up here trying to make that bottom work. The 14's getting a little dicey as well. This is 2x2, 4 rows back. We see our driver there miss the entrance of turn 4. That was a little tough. Looks like they got that rolling here as Brandon Thomas continues to fight his way into the top 10. Looks like Gary Williams got spun around in turn 1, and the caution's out for the first time tonight on lap 7. Let's go back and take a look at the replay here. Hearing Aaron Meeker may also be involved in this. And Gary looked like he was a little out of shape the last time through 3 and 4, but Meeker that time helped him around, managed to keep that truck relatively clean and off the wall. And that's going to bring out our first caution of the evening. Christopher Hockley out front. Dominating the first 6 or 8 laps here. It was able to get by Matthew Beamish on lap 1. It looks like none of these drivers are going to elect to come down pit road just yet, as the scoring order is working to get worked out here. That's Jay Berg trying to get around Casey Hay. They got that sorted out. And we're under caution here, as I mentioned, on lap 8. The OSR Truck Series brought to you by Mosquito Ranger. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight here on the SRN. For OhioSimRacing.com, 75 at Dover. Certainly not going to want to miss Wednesday night's action, where the Xfinity drivers of OSR, the premier drivers, take on Dover for 100 laps. And this 1 mile monster of a racetrack. You can catch all that action starting at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central, right here on the SRN, any of your favorite streaming platforms. That's Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. We get you set up on either one. So make sure you get connected to the community by following, liking, or subscribing. While we're under caution, we're going to talk about some exciting news that came out last week. You know, everybody that's been watching OSR's coverage here on the SRN knows that one of the fastest drivers in the league, Richard Lucky, has dominated this season. Doesn't matter if it's oval or road course. He has shown he's got speed everywhere he goes. And just for that, the admins of Ohio Sim Racing have put out a bounty for that driver that's starting this week, right here at Dover on Wednesday night. $40 to the driver who can finish or win the race and finish ahead of Richard Lucky. You got to do it straight up, fair and square. Can't be involved in a caution, can't spin him, can't wreck him. $40 goes to the driver who can dethrone the man who has dominated this season here with OSR. You want more information, you can head on over to OhioSimRacing.com. You can also check out Facebook at Ohio Sim Racing and catch up on all the action. Pace car lights are on here for our first caution tonight. Gary Williams getting spun around in turn 1. I do believe only one driver decided to come down pit road. That was John Sears. Going to be the first driver to elect to take tires here tonight. Not sure that's going to play much of a factor with just under 10 laps on those Goodyears. Nevertheless, he was the first. Let's take a look at the SRN picks tonight and see how far they've progressed. Jason Harrison is my pick to win tonight. He's currently up to 6. Jason was really quick throughout the warm-up session tonight, showing the fastest speed on this very hot racetrack. He's putting together some strong practice runs. Jason is deserving of a good finish here. Certainly got the talent and the ability to do it. See if he can put together the whole race tonight. And producer John Long's pick of Cody J. Berg in that 22 machine. Actually, Cody looks like he's got some left front damage already. And he is on up to 9th. And J. Berg also showing some potential flashes of speed during the warm-up session. And pace car lights are off. They're going to go back green flag racing here at Dover on lap 13. "75 laps here. It's going to be a quick one tonight. This track is very slick, very warm here at Dover. These drivers are going to be fighting for all the grip they can handle here throughout the evening. A little bit of shade down the backstretch as they get ready to go back green flag. Pace car is going to duck back down pit road. Christopher Hockley, Matthew Beamish, and that stylish 39 machines on the front row. And the green is back out here at Dover. Hockley out with a great jump. JJ Jensen back there, hanging on to that inside. He's gonna get by Beamish in that 39 car. In the meantime, we're looking nearly 3 wide off of 2. That's not gonna work. Steve Schoff on the outside of Gilliland. Oh, Jason Harrison goes around in 3. I know we were struggling to find that wreck there. It looks like Harrison went around off into 3. Let's go back and take a look here. There was a lot happening during this event. Oh, he had a little bit of help. John Long's pick of Cody Jaberg gets into him. The paycheck of John Long's gonna be docked tonight if my boy Harrison does not finish this thing. And then there was a residual wreck involving, I believe, the 24 and the 1. That's John Sears. He just come down pit road. He did not want to see that. And caution's back out of here once again on lap 15. Chris Hockley in the top spot. JJ Jensen was able to get by and dominate that second spot there with Beamish in 3rd. Wesley Gilliland and Steve Schoff rounding out the top 5. TJ Wood, Anthony Luddy. Cody Jaberg with a little bit of damage on that left front there. He's currently up to 8th. Brandon Thomas is 9th tonight. Casey Hay is up to 10th. Again, Casey was quick over the last couple weeks. Those left and right turns really kind of divided the driver group quite a bit, and who was going to be quick and who wasn't. But now that we're back to oval style, we're going to see some of the normal names back up front. Yeah, we want to take this opportunity tonight to thank Mosquito Ranger for coming on board. Without them, we wouldn't be able to bring you this live coverage here of OSR Trucks on the SRN without their support, so we appreciate them to coming on board and supporting everybody here and pulling this deal together. It's John Sears and Gregory Valade. John Sears not having a good night. He's on pit road. He was caught up in that incident there after coming down pit road. The caution before. And Gregory Valade right now. He's showing running 16th in tonight's event. I've been told to check out the rear bumper of that 50 machine. That's Wesley Gilliland. Open the top four there. The old Fitz last name on the tailgate. I've heard that's good for 2/10 a lap. We'll see if that's possible tonight as Wesley Gilliland is working his way up there, currently 4th. We're currently under caution here at Dover on lap 17. We should get the one to go next time by. We're going to step away here for just a moment before we go back green flag racing. You're watching the SRN. Pace cars down the back stretch as these drivers get ready to go back green flag racing here at Dover on lap 19 of 75 here with OhioSimRacing.com. 75. Chris Hockley gonna lead him in a single file restart. Hopefully we can get some things kind of spread out a little bit here, get some green flag laps under our belt. That call coming from race controls. The pace car is gonna duck down pit road. Hockley's going to protect the outside. Jensen's going to look on the inside just a little bit. Who's going to get the advantage off of 4? Hockley with a good jump as you see Gilliland really coming down on the 39, looking inside of Beamish in 1. And that's TJ Wood on the outside of Steve Schoaf going through 1 and 2. And Wood able to get by Schoaf. Cody Jaybird gets passed by Anthony Luddy there. And here comes Casey Hay through the field, as well as Brandon Thomas. You're not missing anything out front. Christopher Hockley right now is out to half a second lead. Right over JJ Jensen in second place. Those two are just on cruise control right now. Looking at lap times, JJ Jensen, the fastest of the top 5. He's currently in second, starting to bring back Hockley. Oh, a little out of shape coming off of turn 4 there. These drivers are going to be hunting for grip all night long, and they're going to be looking for it, especially at the end of it, or at the exit of turn 2, through the narrow back straight here at Dover, and the exit of turn 4. This track has a tendency to really shove you out to the wall. And it looks like we just had a switch for the lead there as we were riding on board. Jensen was able to get by Hockley with a slide through the inside. And he is our new leader on lap 23. Leader's already working by lap traffic. That's the 40 machine of Patrick McVicker. Several lap trucks here under power as these leaders are starting to work their way. JJ Jensen gets caught up behind one. Hockley's gonna make a move. That was the one of John Sears really holding up Jensen there. Looks like that lead secure. Racing is starting to get sporty as they work their way around these lap cars. That's Luddy right there, a Schoaf right behind him, Brandon Thomas. Following suit as John Sears is going to look high in turn 1 and 2. These lap times here at Dover are very quick. Sub 25 seconds. These laps fly by here at Dover. As we're already 1/3 complete here tonight. Hockley gets back to the bumper of turn 1. Let's ride on board with Hockley. Let's look at some of the speeds here they're pulling. 166 before he lifts to get into the exit or gets into the entrance of turn 3. As you see, this track has a tendency to really shove these drivers out near the wall. These drivers only have one set of tires down pit road, and at this point, tire wear is going to start becoming a concern. They've got about 18 laps or so of green flag racing on their tires. And grip is not what it used to be. As they work their way around Dover here. And that's Cullum Farley getting around David Gilbert through 4. Farley was really quick earlier in the season. Winning at New Hampshire. And then bringing home another win just a week or so ago. Currently up to 14th tonight. In the meantime, Hockley is back to the bumper of Jensen as they get off of 2. Again, we talk about tire wear. At this point, it's going to start becoming a thought for these drivers. If any point we get a caution now, these guys are going to come down and get those tires as we approach the halfway point here. As Hockley's going to look on the inside of Jensen through 1. 2 distinct lines being ran here. Hockley drives by Jensen like he was standing still. I'm not quite sure what that was about, but Hockley is your new leader. In the meantime, Wesley Gilliland, caution is out on the racetrack. Looks like Steve Schoaf is slow on the bottom of turn 3. Let's go take a look. Oh, it looks like him and Cody Jayberg played a little bit of truck tag. That's the second incident Cody Jayberg's involved in tonight. And that's going to bring the caution out here on lap 33. We were talking about tire wear and how that was going to become a factor. Well, guess what? That is all said and done now, as these drivers are going to have an opportunity to come down and take that set of Goodyears they have sitting in their pits. Hockley electing to stay out. That is a big news as the rest of the field decides to come down. Jensen is going to bring the remainder of the field, and when I say everybody else came, Hockley is going to be the lone man out down the front stretch. That was probably not the move that Hockley and his team wanted to make tonight. I know he's probably trying to keep that set of tires in his pit safe and keep them there, but lap deltas here are going to be very different as these drivers had started to come up nearly a second and a half slower than their opening laps on those tires. Also looks like Steve Whitmore stayed out as well in the 70 truck. These two drivers, again, have 34 laps of racing on their tires. And gonna inherit the lead here. Well, Hockley's already had the lead, but he's gonna, Whitmore's gonna inherit second place. They'll have another opportunity to come down pit road here. Let's see if Hockley decides to duck down after seeing the rest of the field come down. In the meantime, I do believe the restart type is going to really change what happens here. Single file restart may save Hockley just a little bit if he's going to have Steve Whitmore behind him. He'll have a little bit of a buffer behind those new tires. If not, these two drivers are going to be eaten up fairly quick here, as you've got to control even the tire spin on the front stretch here at Dover. And this very slick, very warm track. Again, approaching halfway here tonight, and you've got to imagine this is Hockley's thought process is to keep those tires in the pits for just a little while and see what happens. One of the drivers that is going to really benefit here through that pit stop, and I'm not quite sure what this is about. This may have been a two-tire call. We'll have to check on pit road. Brandon Thomas is up to 5th. That was a big jump up from him. I believe he was around 10th or so prior to this caution coming out. He's going to make up a couple spots. And Wesley Gilliland going to come out 4th. He'd come out even there. I'm hearing from producer John here that Brandon Thomas did in fact take 4 tires, just really executed there, as Pork Chop's on the roll tonight. Up to 5th. Oh, we've got a development here. It looks like Whitmore decided to come down pit road. That's going to leave Hockley on those 34 lap old tires by himself. JJ Jensen, the driver who he was fighting for the lead earlier tonight, going to finish going to be right behind him. I tell you what, let's bring in producer John Long here. And John, I know this is a bold move. Obviously, you want to keep those tires in the pits and have them for an opportunity. But at this point, everybody else is taking their set. What happens here if another caution comes out and Hockley comes down? Am I not wrong in thinking he's going to have to pretty much drive through the entire field?
Oh, yeah, he's going to have to go through the whole field. I don't think anybody else is going to fit for the rest of the race.
I mean, and there's no real point of these drivers coming down pit road. And based on our experience here at Dover, you know, the new tires here and running everybody over is almost as dangerous as having old tires and having somebody with new ones behind you.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see what happens here is, again, Hockley on 4 fresh, or I'm sorry, on 4 old ones with 4 fresh ones just behind him. Should get the one to go here at Dover. He sure is, and he's going to elect to take the high side. This is a move I do agree with. Gives him an opportunity to roll the outside. If he doesn't get the start he likes, he's going to let the inside line will be able to rotate under him. A lot of these drivers electing to make the passes on the bottom line here at Dover. I think he is being considerate here. I just don't know if this was the move, but we're going to find out here is that they have received the 1 to go signal from the pace car. The pace lights are out on that iRacing Ford Mustang. JJ Jensen on the bottom, Brandon Thomas on the outside, row 2, Wesley Gilliland on the inside, row 2. Side by side here as they roll through 3 and 4. Can Hockley hang on with those old tires on the outside? Is Jensen gonna make a run for it on the bottom? We're about to find out. Let's also keep an eye out on that 21 truck. And that whole outside line. Hockley gets a decent jump, and we're back. Green flag here on lap 38. Smart move by Hockley to break away from the field a little bit, let them run him down. But they got single file quick, and here comes Jensen through 2. Jensen with that drive in. He's got the grip he can lean on. He's going to start looking on the outside here. Hockley is in the way. Jensen's going to drive down to the bottom and be on his side through 1 and 2. That just shows you the dominance of those old tires, and there it is. Hockley's just got to give it up. Gilliland's going to get by. Here comes Thomas, as well as Beamish. All those drivers looking as Hockley starts to fall back through the field. Your new leader, JJ Jensen, on lap 40 here. Officially past halfway as again our leader on the restart. Hockley continues to fall through the field. He's now back to 7th with 8th and 9th about to swallow him up. We look back through the remainder of the field, mostly single file back here. Everybody kind of settled in as laps continue to wind down. Wesley Gilliland has worked his way up to 2nd. Brandon Thomas showing some speed, and that 21 is up to 3rd. And caution is out here. As several trucks, oh, I believe I had to tow. That's Hockley. William, let me take a look. Let's go back and take a look here. Under caution. Oh, did this involve Hockley? It did. He got into the wall. The 34 checked into the bumper of him a little bit. Then they tried to go 3 wide into 1, and that's not going to work. And those old sets of tires came back to bite him there as caution's out on lap 43. And, you know, we talked about tire wear and we just hyped that up for a while. And we just found out that these drivers have a couple sets on pit road. I thought there was only 1 set tonight. So with that being said, these guys are going to have an opportunity to come down and take fresh tires once again. And that makes the move by Hockley even more questionable now in what he was doing there. Not electing to come down and take tires as the rest of the field here does have another set available to him. Let's reset the top 5. Jensen up front. Wesley Gilliland is showing some great pace tonight. He's up to 2nd. Brandon Thomas up to 3rd. Beamish, the driver who started up front tonight, currently back to 4th. Casey Hay in that 8 machine. He has shown some great pace tonight. Looks like he's been taking it pretty easy and kept that Chevy Silverado pretty clean. TJ Wood is back in 6th. Anthony Luddy is showing in 7th. Chris Kurek is 8th. Aaron Meeker 9th. David Gilbert rounding out the top 10. I believe these drivers should have the opportunity to come down pit road this time by. We'll see if anybody elects to come down and take those tires. It's still pretty early for these guys. They've only been out there about 10 laps or so on those tires. But we are a past halfway. Track position is going to be key. I won't say it's difficult to pass here, but it is certainly a handful. It doesn't look like any of our lead lap drivers are going to come down. Seeing as how we have no pit road coverage or pit road calls to make here, we're going to do this opportunity to step away for just a few moments. We'll bring you back green flag action right after this break. You're watching the SRN. Wesley Gilliland, JJ Jensen in the front row. Brandon Thomas, Aaron Meeker up front, up in that second row. Getting ready to go back green flag here on lap 48. Pace car is gonna duck down. Jensen gets rolling at the bottom of 3, is gonna come up above Gilliland. Green flag is back out. Tangle of a trucks here. This is around 8th or so. They get it figured out as they roll through 1 and 2. Jensen out to about a 5 truck length gap over Gilliland. But Brandon Thomas got a run off of 4, is gonna look underneath through 1 and 2. Not able to make it quite happen there. They're single filed out down the backstretch. A big cluster of trucks here as Cullen Farley gets spun. That's Steve Schoaf also involved. And they're wrecking out of turn 2. I don't quite know what I just seen on the racetrack. Let's go back and take a look. This was a hot mess. I believe that was Greg Valade collecting Schoaf. That's a couple drivers just getting caught up there. Cullen Farley, that's not how he's going to want his night to come to a conclusion here. And caution is back out on lap 51 to 75. JJ Jensen, your leader. So, let's talk about the tire drama. So, just so we're all clear on the Ohio Sim Racing Facebook page tonight, for the setup race, for the information setup, it was communicated, oh, there may be a pit violation there for Brandon Thomas. I believe he got caught coming down pit road down that line. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, so let's talk about it. So, tonight the admin set up the session after communicating out that there was going to be 1 set. The session has 3. So that's the confusion, and we've got it cleared up now here on the SRN, and we appreciate everybody's patience with that. Let's reset the top 10 here. JJ Jensen, you're scored, your leader. Wesley Gilliland is 2nd. Brandon Thomas 3rd. Matthew Beamish is 4th. Casey Hay is up to 5th. TJ Wood, Anthony Luddy, Chris Couric, Aaron Meeker, and John Chappell rounding out your top 10. We're going to go green flag racing here with about 20 laps. After Steve Schoaf and Cullen Farley involved in a turn 1 incident, bringing out the caution here again. Well, this is the 4th caution of the night. As I mentioned, the drivers, or as I mentioned earlier, the drivers of the Xfinity Series, the premier drivers for OSR, are going to bring out those Xfinity machines and take them for 100 laps round over Wednesday night, 9 p.m., 8 Central, right here on the SRN on your favorite streaming platform. That's Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube. You're going to want to make sure you get connected to any of those platforms, whatever you prefer. Just certainly go get connected, because a lot of action coming up in the next couple of weeks. We got Radical Racing tomorrow night at 8 Eastern right here on the SRN as well. You're not going to want to miss that. That'll be a lot of fun to watch. We're also in talks with a couple folks. Want to bring dirt to the channel. A little bit later in the season. You'll hear more about that as details get firmed up. Also got a couple charity events in the works. Love to bring some spotlight to a bunch of folks, or out to an audience to get a little bit of support. And again, we'll be talking about that. You do not want to miss any of the information, though. You can head on over to Facebook and do a search for Sim Racing News. And like the page. That's the best place to get connected. JJ Jensen out front here. Wesley Gilliland 2nd. They're looking to hope to see the one to go here. I know Wesley Gilliland probably is. He wants the opportunity to get by Jensen. He's going to need the laps to do it. And those laps are quickly ticking away here under caution. Doesn't look like they'll get to 1 to go. They'll go around at least another time or two here at Dover. We're going to step away. You're watching the SRN. OhioSimRacing.com's coverage, or OhioSimRacing.com's 75 coverage from Dover. We'll be right back. Going back green flag here with less than 20 laps to go. J.J. Jensen, Wesley Gilland on the front row, Brandon Thomas and Matthew Beamish on that second row. As this field gets tight on this double file restart here at Dover, Jensen's gonna hold him up a little bit, and then he gets rolling. Green flag is back out here on lap 56. Dylan may get stuck on that outside. Oh, he actually was able to move down. I thought Thomas was going to have him there for a minute. Beamish on the outside. TJ Wood trying to get by the aid of Casey Hay. Trucks are fanned out all over the place here at Monster Mile. Beamish stuck on the high side. He can't let that truck float up against the wall as much as he would like. Brandon Thomas is also pinched down there on the bottom as well. Still single filed out behind him. This is going to be the fight for third right here. Oh, Beamish, I believe, may have gotten a taste of that wall there. That got him checked up. Thomas is going to get by. So is TJ Wood. Casey Hayes going to slide by on the bottom as well. Beamish able to work his way back into the line. The top 10 single filed out here, led by J.J. Jensen through 3 and 4. Wesley Gilliland in that second spot. This is a strong run for that 21 machine tonight. He must have got that bandana out and about and on that helmet, or underneath that helmet. As Casey Hay looks to get underneath TJ Wood through 4, makes that pass. Hay is on the move. Lap times with these trucks are starting to fall off a little bit here. That last time by, Gilliland was fastest by a couple thousandths over J.J. Jensen, but that gap almost, well, it's 4/10 right now. Let's take a look as they come by. The stripe there. That time by a couple hundred slower for Gilliland. Again, as these drivers are showing, they've got about 27, 28 laps on these tires. And we're within 15 to go here at Dover. Top 10's mostly single filed out here. And JJ Jensen is showing to be the class of the field so far tonight. He's been up front fairly often. Gilliland is, again, it's a good run for Gilliland. Back in the ovals here and showing he's got the pace to be here. And Brandon Thomas in that 21, as I mentioned, this is a good run for Brandon here. Casey Hay, you can almost guarantee he's probably going to be fast anywhere he goes. The oval is not his first choice of racing. Nevertheless, a 4th place right now is a good spot, I think, for him as he's going to measure the success tonight. But TJ Wood's going to get underneath him, not make anything of it as they all had to check up or work around that lap truck along the backstretch. Wood is up to 5th here and on the move. Let's go back and look at Casey Hay, who, oh, big checkup. Brandon Thomas. Oh, Casey Hay gets into that lap truck. Nowhere to go. Casey Hay gets into the 1. That's John Sears. A lap down. There was just nowhere to go, and I think Brandon Thomas got a piece of that as well. TJ Wood was able to get by as the 18 looks like he's blowing up down the bottom of 1 and 2. A lot of action happening here within 10 laps to go here at Dover. JJ Jensen, your leader. Wesley Gilliland second. Short of a caution. Jensen is on a roll right now, showing he's got the pace. He's still 4/10 in front of Gilliland. These lap times been just about even. Gilliland's been actually just a tick slower the last couple times by. Let's ride on board with Gilliland. Gilliland showing some late race pace here. He's closed that gap now to 3/10. As again, laps start to tick down. Last time by, Gilliland was 3/100ths faster. We'll keep an eye on that fight, but in the meantime, Jason Harrison is going to get by Hay. I wonder if Hay's got a little bit of motor damage after that contact with the lap truck of John Sears down the backstretch. Brandon Thomas looks off the pace as well, settled back into 4th. About 5.5 laps to go here at Dover. Gilliland, I tell you what, I don't know if Jensen is just cruising or if Gilliland is just knows he's got the truck and he doesn't have to use it right now. They're going to come across the stripe. 5 laps to go left in tonight's event. OhioSimRacing.com 75 at Dover, brought to you right here on the SRN. And the closing laps here. Did JJ Jensen hold it off as Gilliland going to get to the bumper? Or we're going to see a caution to change all of this up? We're going to find out here as they come across the stripe. 4 laps to go at Dover. And Gilliland, again, showing the pace once more. Reeling in. JJ Jensen now down to 2/10, coming through 1 and 2. He's running out of laps to get it done. 3 and 4 has been his faster corner, though, the last couple laps. He closes in that time. Less than 2/10 now. Wesley Gilliland on the bottom, trying to get that truck to rotate. That may have messed his exit up there. He falls back a little bit. Lost 2/10 out of the exit of turn 2. That may have been his opportunity to get the job done here tonight. JJ Jensen coming across the stripe here. Gillen's still on the move, though. He's reeled Jensen back in. 3/10 separate these drivers. TJ Wood is now in the picture as they come down the backstretch. Gilliland really closing the gap. He's going to have another run. Oh, the bump. Gilliland on the bottom. 1 to go here at Dover. Gilliland not able to get the job done. TJ Wood is there. JJ Jensen has got to be concerned. Does somebody get to him in the bottom of 3? It doesn't look like it. Jensen's going to get the drive off. Gilliland's going to ride a lane higher. Who's going to be there at the line? It's going to be Jensen. Wow, what a finish here at Dover. That was incredible. The drivers of Ohio Sim Racing never cease. That was, I tell you what, man, that was a great show right there. Congratulations to JJ Jensen on being the winner tonight of OhioSimRacing.com 75 here at Dover. Let's take a look at the results tonight. JJ Jensen, your leader and winner here. Wesley Gilliland second. TJ Wood, a close third. Jason Harrison, that's right, the SRN pick for myself there, going to finish 4th. Brandon Thomas is 5th. Anthony Luddy 6th. Chris Couric 7th. Cody Jayberg, another SRN pick, bringing home top 10 tonight, going to finish 8th. Aaron Meeker and Jim Golden's going to finish 10th. David Gilbert, Casey Hay, George Smoller, Steve Whitmore, John Chappell, Cullum Farley, Rusty Arthur, Gregory Valade, Timothy Likens, Matthew Beamish. Going to finish out in the top 20 here. We look through the remainder of the field as our winner, JJ Jensen, burns it down on the front stretch. We're going to step away here for just a moment and get ready for some post-race coverage right after this. You're watching the SRN. It looks like our leaders tonight not available for comment, but we're going to talk to Brandon Thomas, who brought home a decent finish tonight. Brandon, congratulations on that. A strong run for you tonight, most of the way through the race there. What happened in the closing laps?
Oh, that last restart, I just used everything up. That I got into a lap car, coming up off 2, I believe it was, and I smacked him pretty hard, I think. And it killed everything I had, all momentum. Used my tires up trying to get back to leaders, and it was not good from there.
I believe that was John Sears, because I believe Casey Hay was there with you as well.
Yeah,
down the backstretch.
I thought Casey was actually going to get me, and then it might have been Ludi. He come out of nowhere. Oh, TJ Wood, he come out of nowhere on me on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. A really exciting finish here tonight, and you know, from a league leadership standpoint, this has got to be the racing you expect each and every week.
Oh, it was awesome. I tell you what, running back here in 4th, 5th place and watching them guys from the last handful of laps, it was awesome.
It really was
a heck of a race.
And you're going to be excited once you go back and look at the replay of all this. And And Brandon, this is not normally your role, but I'll ask you anyway. If anybody wants to get joined up with OSR and join in on the action, what's the best way to do that?
You can find us on Facebook, Ohio Sim Racing, or slide over to our website, OhioSimRacing.com. That's Britt's gig.
That's Britt's gig, absolutely. Brandon Thomas bringing home a respectable top 5 tonight. Congratulations, bud.
Hey, thanks, Fitz. Thanks, John.
Absolutely. And with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up coverage of tonight's OhioSimRacing.com 75 at Dover on the SRN, brought to you by Mosquito Ranger. We appreciate you tuning in. Again, tomorrow night, the Radical cars for the Radical Racing League get brought back here on the SRN. And then Wednesday night, the drivers of OSR's Xfinity League, the Xfinity Drivers, the Premier Series, comes back to the SRN and Dover to take on 100 laps here at the Monster Mile. On behalf of John Long, I'm Sean Fitz. We'll see you tomorrow night right here on the SRN.